Hello, I'm Jackie, and this is your energy reading for the month of December 2014 using Feng Shui Astrology and the Tarot. Now, in December, in most Decembers actually, there's always a lot going on energetically because we have the solstice. We have the solstice happening on the 22nd of December this particular year. Now, if you're in the Northern Hemisphere like me, that is your winter solstice where we have the shortest day. And if you're in the southern hemisphere, then you have the summer solstice where you have the longest day. And what that means is that really yin and yang start to kind of shift positions. So if you are approaching the summer solstice in December, then yin is going to start taking dominance over yang, and your days will be getting shorter as you move towards winter. If you are in the northern hemisphere, we will be celebrating winter solstice, which is the shortest day, and then we have yang will start to build and take us towards spring and then summer, and that will take dominance over the yin energy that's been really building over the last few months. So there's always a bit of a shift around that time, and certainly in Feng Shui Astrology, in the daily cycles, we actually have a complete reversal here to accommodate that growing yin or growing yang. So around about the 22nd of December, there's going to be kind of all sorts of weird things going on. You might get feelings of kind of deja vu, or you're going around in circles, that kind of thing, or things may completely just stop and then just take a few days to kind of start moving again. So just be prepared for that. If you do want to have daily readings from me, I do provide them. They're all on my Facebook page. So go to my website, click on the Facebook link, like my page, and then you will get daily readings on astrology, Feng Shui Astrology from me, as well as a tarot reading as well. Okay, so the energy, monthly energy is going to shift from around about the 7th of December, and we are moving out of a month that's been governed by the energy of Earth into a month that's going to be governed by the energy of water, and it is very, very different. Now, if you follow this regularly, you'll probably know that the annual cycle in Feng Shui Astrology is governed by the element of Earth. So when we had Earth last month, it made everything very grounded, things kind of come to a halt. Not a bad thing, but for those of us who like movement and things to be happening, probably a little bit frustrating. With water, that's all going to change, but you know, I want you to think about water first of all, the actual characteristics of water, because we all have different perspectives on water, don't we? You can have a raging torrent, you can have just a gentle bubbling stream, you can have dew on the leaves in the morning. Water comes in all sorts of different guises. And this is going to be the energy for this month, you know, it's going to take us by surprise. And the other thing with water is that it works underneath the surface. So you may not always see what is going on. Some people would say water energy is manipulative, but you know, water is really all about finding its own course and wanting freedom and wanting to move unrestricted, and that's kind of what we're going to feel like this month, really. Water will enable us to think laterally. It will enable us to find a different route if we need to. It will also enable us to want to resolve problems and resolve them in a way that is not just good for us, but good for everybody concerned as well. Those who are governed by the element of water in their own astrology tend to be pretty good at communication and people persons. So they can really empathize with other people and understand what's going on. And so we get this type of energy as well. So all pretty interesting stuff for December. So let's have a look at the tarot. We get a little bit more detail, and I said earlier there's a lot of stuff going on, and I dealt these 3 cards. They're all from the Rider-Waite deck, by the way, and I can see from these that there's also going to be quite a lot going on as well. Right, let me show you the first card we dealt. So that is the Tower. For those of you familiar with tarot, you'll probably think, oh dear. We then have the Queen of Cups. It's a very royal selection today. We then have the King of Pentacles. Now, he actually came out reversed. Okay, so what I want to talk about, first of all, we've got two royalties and we've got one major card, this Tower card. Let me talk about the Tower. The Tower normally signals that there is going to be an upheaval of some sort. In retrospect, upheavals kind of bring about a new order, a new way of doing things, perhaps solutions, but certainly benefits. However, that's in the future. When it's actually going on, it's a real pain, and it can kind of just throw us all out of sync. Now, this links back very nicely to what I was saying about the solstice on the 22nd of December, with the sort of the daily astrology and the energy kind of getting all a bit kind of mixed up and thrown up and everything. The thing with the Tower, or the Tower energy, is that it only comes to us when we have been ignoring doing stuff, doing things we know we really should do, but we don't get around to it. We put it off. We try to ignore it, hoping it will go away. And these things are never going to go away. You need to face up to any little messages that the universe sends out to you, any little hints and tips. Follow them. They come through your intuition. If you don't do that, the hints and the messages get bigger and bigger and bigger until finally it's like a kick up the backside, and that is actually your Tower moment. So things are going to come to a head this month. And this links quite nicely with this card, the King of Pentacles, who is kind of on his head, really. Now, normally, if we get the King of Pentacles, he's very much focused on the physical aspect of our world, so our health and our finances and our assets and all that sort of stuff. And he brings a very mature wisdom to all of those things. He's been there, he's seen it, he's got the t-shirt, so normally we can rely on that. Now, he's upside down, so I'm thinking that we don't have this wisdom. We're probably being a little bit silly about our money, or about our health particularly, or about really what's going on in our physical world. And because we're being a little bit silly, perhaps immature, perhaps cutting our nose off to spite our face, which was a saying my mother used to use quite a lot, we are not really working for our own bigger good. So something has to change, and that's really where that Tower card comes in. Now, the middle card is the Queen of Cups. And, she's absolutely a lovely, lovely, lovely energy. She focuses very much on our feelings. She's got a strong link to the spiritual, very, very strong intuition. She came up upright as well. However, she does have a weakness at times. Sometimes it can be a strength, but in this case, I think it's a weakness. And that is that she tends to withdraw from the practical day-to-day life. She tends to go off into her own ideal world, and she daydreams, and she becomes an idealist. And that's absolutely perfect at the right time. But this month is not going to be the right time, because we have to focus on what's falling down around us. So I think really what is happening, or what she's portraying, is the reason why there may be these Tower moments coming through in December. So the key is to try and switch her off at times when you find that you're ignoring things that you really, really should. focus on and get sorted out. You need to kind of pull yourself up short and put the Queen of Cups energy to one side and try to use that King of Pentacles energy, but turn him up the right way. That's basically what we're saying. And at the end of the day, if we are consciously ignoring stuff that needs doing, things that need addressing, it doesn't make them go away. Energetically, we know they're still there. And energetically, all those little things are anchoring us down, pulling us down, depressing us energetically. And if we don't get them sorted out, then they are going to manifest in our physical world. And again, that comes back to where the Tower is. So, okay, December, it's just kind of like, not all bright and sunshine and all that sort of stuff, but there are things to be sorted out. And remember that water energy, you can find different ways of sorting things out. So address whatever issues you have, whatever things you have been putting off. This is not a month for procrastination. And believe me, if you can do that, then January and 2014 are going to be so much better for you. And on that note, I'm going to leave you. If you want any more information, or if you want to connect with me through different social media sites, everything is on my website there, jackienotman.co.uk. Have a fantastic December. If you are celebrating the holidays in any way whatsoever, enjoy those too, and I will see you next month.